So we got an RV. We bought a Montana 3855 BR because we really liked, at the end of the day, the trade-off we got between every feature we wanted and the cost.
Yeah, it's about 40 feet long, it's 17,000 pounds, which is probably a little bit more than what we need right now, but it's really nice because it gives us extra space, and because we're living in it full time, it makes it much more comfortable.
We're really excited about our new home, so come on, take a tour. So we decided that we wanted to have a rear living space. We wanted to have an open kitchen and living room so that we could be together all the time. We have couches and open space for the dogs to be. We can put our dog beds out here. We have space in the kitchen where we can be cooking, and of course we have entertainment. We really like the open feel that this gives, as well as we really appreciate that all these open windows are here so we can see the places we're going. One of the things that's really important about the rear living is that we have a dining room table that I can use as desk space. Nate has his office and I have this space out here so that we can make this a lifestyle and not just a vacation.
Here next to the kitchen you can see the office. The office is actually one of my favorite places because I spend a lot of time in here. You can see we have some nice barn doors to close off the living space when we have conference calls and that kind of fun stuff. That way we can block a little bit of sound, and it also serves as a nice little dog bedroom. Right here is where I work most days and most nights. You can see the setup that I have here. I've got everything set up off of a laptop and an extra monitor with a docking station, and the internet solution is here. This right here is temporary. I did it on a science fair board. That way I can decide what I like and how I like the setup and then come back to it later to do something more permanent. Over here we have a couch and an outside window, which is nice for, adding a little bit of natural light. You can see this is a slide. This couch also turns into a sleeper bed. You can see Britta and I both went to Florida State. Go Noles. And then over here, you can see more storage. This in here has 5 more cabinets. They're huge. We have way more storage than we need, which is really nice. And I think that this area here adds a lot to this RV to make it livable.
Leading back from the rear living, we have a hallway. Up top here, we have a bunk space that if we had kids or if we had a lot of guests, a couple people could sleep up there, but we mostly just use it for storage. It's pretty tight. I don't think I would want to be sleeping up there, probably good for kids, but we use it mostly for storage. They've got paper towels and toilet paper and sodas up there. But as you come down here, again, more windows, and then this leads to the bathroom, and behind me is our bedroom. So here's our bedroom. We thought one of the really important things for us was that we really wanted to still have a king-size bed. We saw lots of options that had queen-size beds, but really value having that space and that comfort, and so we found a unit that has a king-size bed. So we're really happy about that. Our bedroom is pretty small and a lot of the space is taken up by the bed, but at the end of the day, we don't spend a ton of time in here, so we don't mind it being cozy. One of the things that I was very surprised by, moving from New York, is how much closet space we have. We have as much space for our clothes in our closet and our dresser as we did in our apartment in New York. We definitely didn't have to sacrifice on having multiple different seasons of clothing. We're all good. We have a space in here that could hold a washer and dryer, but we've decided not to use it. And then we have our whole closets double-sided on this side and on this side for plenty of storage. Also at our beds we have outlets and all that kind of stuff so that anything we need, we've got. We also have more storage under the bed for things that aren't used very often. The smallest space we have is definitely the bathroom, but that's fine because we have everything we need. We've got a vanity, we've got built-in cabinets and drawers for everything we need to store. Back here we have more storage for linens and everything like that. And we have a shower that we can stand upright in, which I've seen many other RVs. It makes it a little bit awkward if you're tall. We have a sunlight in the bathroom. It's small, it's compact, but it's everything we need.
So this is actually one of the outdoor spaces. So one of the things we saw online and we like a lot is getting an outdoor rug and creating some outdoor area for ourselves. So you can see we got a couple chairs, which we keep under the RV. And this area right here is really nice during the day. We can use it as an outdoor office. At night we can entertain, hang out. We've got these really nice awnings. But here we have an outdoor sink, a refrigerator, and a stove. It's just super, super convenient whenever we are sitting outside, we want to work or do whatever, and we kind of have our own space to be by ourselves. It's also super nice when we're traveling because we can keep sodas or sandwiches and that kind of thing inside the refrigerator, keep them cool, but not have to go inside the RV to get them. So this area here is actually one of the nicer features of the RV. Because we're living in a 40-foot space, having places that we can store things and keep our tools and our exercise equipment and extra parts and that kind of thing is super useful. And this area here, as you can see, is quite spacious. It passes all the way through the RV, and we store our black tank material, our hoses, our step stools, tools, extra parts, all that kind of fun stuff. And it also has a really nice vacuum cleaner down here for our truck, and it's also the central vacuum for the whole RV, and it has some hookups for electrical, cable, that kind of thing. Super, super useful part of the RV. So in the front of the RV, we have a separate compartment, which some people use for storage, but we actually use to get an extra feature for the RV, which is a generator. And that generator allows us to be powered on, even though we don't have shore power, which is super convenient because we don't have solar yet. And that has been super useful right now. Sitting in Florida, it was super windy. We lost power yesterday. We lost power the day before. So we just fire up the generator and we're good to go. So over here you can see the other side of that basement attic storage area we were just looking at. Over here we have our sewage supplies and water supplies. So we have black water, gray water, fresh water, all in separate containers to make it super easy to manage and keep clean. We have some of our other supplies in here, like cleaning supplies, a cart that we find to be super useful when we're doing laundry, that kind of thing. Here we have our wet cabinet, which has additional hookups for TV, that kind of thing. But it also has an outdoor shower, our city water hookup, and all the controls for tank fill, winterization, all that kind of stuff. Next to it, we have our hot water heater and the furnace, which are not super exciting, but I will say the fact they're in between slides and next to these cabinets makes them super easy to work on, which is nice.